18 captains, one issue overshadows a new year. Concussion is never too far from the headlines, but the welfare of players has sharpened once again after Angus Brayshaw had to quit the game he loves.
As a friend, I'm also very devastated in terms of what's happened.
Premiership teammates in 2021, Max Gawn and Brayshaw even hosted a podcast. Gawn says while it's a big loss, he's relieved for Brayshaw, given his history of concussion, and believes the AFL always supported Brayshaw.
Gus was well looked after from first concussion to last concussion. So I'm not sure what more they could have done in that space.
The AFL's position on head knocks has already been tested.
Keane cleaned up by Powell-Pepper.
Port Adelaide's Sam Powell-Pepper is facing at least a 3-week ban for this hit on Adelaide's Mark Keane.
The issue of concussion is not going away anytime soon. I think there are no obvious answers coming in the short term.
But one solution put forward is to limit contact training. The state coroner called for the change in the wake of Shane Tuck's death. The former Tiger suffered from a brain disease linked to repeated blows to the head.
You want to limit the amount of time that players experience those things. So I think it's something that will definitely potentially be looked at.
We could look to do, even if it's a one session a week, contact training to prevent injuries.
Obviously we all accept the natural risk that sort of comes with it, and our game being what it is, but all the players will be on board. We're trying to minimise as many scenarios as we can.
Finding consensus on a headache of a problem. Tom Maddox, ABC News, Melbourne. A united front on a day of high emotion. The Demons trained hours after Angus Brayshaw fronted his teammates with difficult news. His career had ended, and ultimately this was the reason.
I think he's had some damage done here and he may have been knocked out. Brayshaw, he has not moved.
Brayshaw had returned to a controlled training program, but scans revealed microscopic changes in his brain. Experts told Brayshaw he must retire. In a statement, Brayshaw says, "I'm devastated that I can no longer play the game that I love, but I respect the verdict of the medical professionals. Concussion is a massive issue facing our game. I hope from this can come some positive outcomes for the future of player safety."
It's sad for him because he loves football, but also it is good for him because, as I say, he's got 70 years ahead of him.
It's a really sad day for someone like Angus who's had to retire. It's out of his control, but he's taken the advice of the experts.
Brayshaw played with a helmet and had a history of concussion. He suffered several in one season alone.
When is this going to stop? We had Paddy McCartan last year, Angus this year. Who's it going to be next?
Concussion has forced a number of players to finish their careers, including former #1 pick Paddy McCartan last year.
This issue is not going to go anywhere, and it's time for the codes to actually be a role model, like Angus is being a role model here today. I think that the AFL need to now step up.
Brayshaw played 167 games across a decade-long career. His highlight in 2021 when he helped the Demons break their premiership drought.
40 metres out, hit it, sweeps! Brayshaw propels the Demons back to the lead.
A star on the field, the Demons say above all else, Brayshaw is a great human being. Tom Maddox, ABC News, Melbourne.